Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another episode of Askgufish. Before we get into your questions, quick merch announcement. For the holidays, all shirts, including shirts like this one, are 20% off. Just use the promo code GOODBYE2020 at checkout. It's the biggest merch discount I've ever done and runs until, I don't know, let's say Christmas. The shirts are super soft, super comfy. They come with a high integrity sticker. Get them now. Oh yeah, and last time I said I was going to get a Christmas tree. I'm sorry, I had to film this like a day after the other one, so I haven't had time to go get it yet. Jordan, can you do me a quick favor and like CGI one in post? Thanks, bro. And now, let's jump into your questions. What is your favorite Epiphone Les Paul? There are so many now. Oh man, yeah, there are quite a few. Now, I've tried to cover most of them released in recent years on the channel. So yeah, this question does tend to come up relatively often, and if you were to ask me last month, it would have been a three-way tie. The inspired by 1955 Les Paul Custom Dual P90s thick ass neck pink plush hardshell case. I mean, that case alone is a selling point. Then the Matt Heafy Les Paul Snowfall, access neck heel, white fingerboard, white active pickups. I only played the 7, was pretty bummed that I missed out on the 6, but apparently they're bringing them back next year with Evertunes and Fishman Fluence Moderns. I mean, I'm sure it'll have his signature set, but his signature set is just the regular Les Paul Moderns with the gold Fluence squiggle. I don't know what to call it, the little line in the middle. Or at least they're bringing back an updated Heafy model, and hopefully that includes the Snowfalls as well, because they are infinitely cooler. And the last one would be the Björngalat Jotun, which is almost like a combo of the other two. 50 style LP custom, gold hardware. It had the EMG pickups and the thick neck, plus a freaking bottle opener on the back. I know, I don't care that it's a gimmick, it's a cool gimmick. But as I alluded to, all of them have been discontinued, not just the Snowfall. You can find them on Reverb, although I have not seen a used Snowfall in quite some time. As of this month though, the new Prophecy Les Paul is my favorite. Brush chrome hardware, Fishman Fluence pickups, asymmetrical necks, all satin finishes, dope colors too. You can check out the demo I made a couple weeks back. They absolutely slap. And that's why I'm so excited to be partnering up with Epiphone to get one of these guys into your hands. For the holidays, we're giving away a brand new 2020 Les Paul Prophecy in Red Tiger. So all you need to do for a chance to win, be subscribed to this channel, then follow myself and Epiphone on Instagram. Comment on the giveaway post, tell me what rig you'd be running the Prophecy through if you won it. US only, I know, boo, I don't make the rules. You can turn on notifications if you want to, since I'll be announcing the winner on here. And the way that YouTube subscriptions work, I highly recommend you do that anyways. And yeah, I'm super excited to partner with Epiphone to give one of these away. Subscribe, comment, follow, and good luck. And the more people that enter, the more likely we can do one of these again. Thoughts on ESP LTD Phase 2 reveal? Yeah, I love how ESP does this. Staggered product previews, so it's not overwhelming. I mean, that's what Ibanez does, just all the new products at once, and it's super overwhelming. You just get spammed in the eyeballs with new models, and for me, I just tend to miss things that way. Whereas how ESP does it, we can slow it down, analyze the newly revealed models, and extrapolate trends. And I've said it before, ESP is always one of the most interesting to look at when it comes to new lineups, because while there are other progressive guitar companies, ESP is absolutely massive. So when they adopt new features, it tends to legitimize and drive guitar trends for the rest of the industry. So with Phase 1, there were a few really cool new models. Most notably, at least for me and the rest of the Single Cult followers, was the EC1000 Evertune BB. Single cut, EMGs, Evertune looks absolutely incredible. I fully plan on getting one for the channel. But the biggest takeaway was that for all the new 2021 models, 1000 series or equivalent, they now all ship stock with stainless steel frets.
Yeah, boy.
That's huge. That's incredible. You know, we covered that whole thing in last episode, so I'll leave a link to the cards if you want to watch that before you watch this. Now, the biggest reveal for Phase 2, well, actually, there's a couple of big reveals. For starters, LTD is introducing the Arctic Metal series, kind of like the inverse twin to the Black Metal series. Kind of like a light side, dark side, super metal themed yin and yang. Arctic white bodies with matching headstocks, single white EMG 81 TWs, those are the ones with the coil split capabilities, and I love the black EMG logo on the white cover. Even the pickup rings are bright white, which is really cool. I was kind of expecting chrome hardware, like on the Matt Heafy Snowfalls. They've opted for black instead, and to be fair, that's way more metal. Now, unlike the Black Metal series, which has a lineup that's been steadily built over a few years, LTD is not messing around when it comes to launching the Arctic Metal series. For 2021, there's an Arrow, an M with 6 and 7 variants, an EC, which looks incredible, and even a Phoenix, which I'm glad to see is getting so much love since it was reborn last year. stainless steel frets, aluminum lays, ebony fingerboards. I mean, these are gonna be incredible. I also like the uniformity. I mean, the Arrow has a kill switch when none of the others do, but other than that, same build specs, same pickup, and that's something you can't actually say about the Black Metal series. Comparatively, it's all over the place. You've got the EC with the Seymour Duncan Black Winner, the Arrow has an EMG 81, and the Phoenix is the odd duck with a Fluence Modern. And while I like all those pickups, I just prefer how the Arctic Metal series only asks you to choose what body shape you prefer rather than also make you consider whether your favorite body shape comes with your favorite pickup too. But speaking of the Black Metal, there's now an EX Black Metal for you pointy boys out there that comes with an EMG 81 in the bridge, non-TW variant, so no coil splits, but it does look super mean. Now the second major reveal of Phase 2 is that Josh Middleton of Silosis and Architects fame is getting his own LTD signature model. The JM2 has an alder body, bolt-on roasted maple neck with an extra thin U profile. There's a slight neck joint cutaway. Obviously, there's only so much you can do with a bolt-on and still maintain a solid connection, but he was adamant about this spec since bolt-on gives you a snappier attack. Stainless steel frets, lumen lays, Fishman Fluence modern humbuckers, a recessed Godot bridge. Fairly interesting, LTD likes to use tone pros at this tier, so the Godot bridge must have been specially spec'd at Josh Middleton's request. I mean, I'm generally not huge into the metal Ibanez-y double cuts, but roasted maple neck, stainless steel frets, Fishman Fluence modern humbuckers, yeah, that's a decent spec combo. I'll allow it. Nah, I mean, obviously, it's a great looking model. And Architects, one of the most influential metal bands in the world right now. Josh was an absolute force since Silosis before then, so well deserved. Mike Schlebaum, I'm about 50% sure I didn't butcher his name, of Darkest Hour is also getting an LTD signature model, the MSV1. And there is a lot of interesting stuff to note about this model. Based on the Arrow, mahogany body with a maple cap, neck through construction. It's got the Olympic or aged white color, ebony fingerboard with block inlays. So it's pointy, but it's got like an aged white Les Paul custom vibe going on. Even more so when you look at the Grover tuners and the top hat reflector knob. I mean, this is essentially what happens when you take the aesthetic of a well-played white Les Paul custom and put it into V form. So dope. It's got a Floyd Rose 1000 for extra metal power, and the pickup is real interesting too. Just looking at the picture with the exposed pole pieces, I thought it was a 57. Nah, it's actually a James Hetfield signature bridge. I have no idea how they pulled that off or what went into making that possible, getting someone else's signature pickup coming stock in your signature guitar. That just doesn't happen. But yeah, if you haven't played it, that pickup is crazy, super high output, very crunchy. Another small detail, the pickup ring color doesn't actually match the body color, but it does match the binding color. So while I wouldn't buy it because pointy is not my thing, I like the fact that clearly a lot of thought went into all the different design aspects. And I really like how it basically pays homage to my favorite style of guitars. Super well done. I hope that's a successful model for him. Then two more signature models. Max Cavalera of Soulfly has a new Max 200 RPR, basswood body, military green satin finish, edgy as inlays. I've tried, I can't find anything I like about this guitar. So we move. Phil Kelleher's Wacky Sparrowhawk is being updated. LTD is only talking about the black one, so I don't know, it might be the last finish standing in 2021. But basically, Kelleher is no longer with lace, he's with Seymour Duncan, so his signature model now comes with gold-covered distortions. Tone aside, I think this looks better anyways, and realistically, it's about time. The BK600 and the higher-end ESP Eclipse version have both come with Duncans for the past year-ish. Now, we kind of knew this would be happening, but now that we've seen the JM2 and the MSV1, it's nice to confirm that the higher-end signature models will also have stainless steel frets. So that's going to continue to be a major theme with LTD this year, as will Evertune to a slightly lesser extent. We saw it last time with the EC1000BB on 3 of the M series on the Koa TE1000. Phase 2, there's a super metal TE1000 in charcoal metallic satin and a freaking 8-string HB1008, both armed with EMG pickups and Evertunes. Evertunes are especially great on extended range, so on that 8-string with the 27-inch baritone scale length, that thing is going to be amazing. No tuning stability, string tension, or tuning stability problems on a freaking 8-string. Oh yeah, and of course it's got stainless steel frets. Awesome. Where's the single cut version? And while we're on the subject, I guess it's kind of single cutty. The next super cool thing in Phase 2 is that the TL series is getting a 7-string. Extended range acoustic that plays like an electric? Yeah, sign me up. And the EC1000 wasn't done in Phase 1. More variants have been revealed in Phase 2. Tiger Eye was one of the coolest finishes the newly revived Viper 1000 came in last year. Now we've got an EC version, and it looks even more dope because now it's on a single cut. And 2 new Floyd versions too. Obviously, the Floyd Rose 1000, you already knew that's what it was going to be. Black Satin with EMG 8160 pickups is kind of like the BB, but less out there. Then Black Flame with EMG 66 TW and 57F pickups. So that's pretty exciting if you're a fan of floating tremolos and single cuts, since EC 1000s of Floyd's have been fairly few and far between in recent years. There are some new basses, a GB4 and an AP204. Again, when it comes to basses, I don't know about, but I have to admit that the vintage white one looks classy as hell. And the last things are new colors for the lower end mod platform friendly guitars, charcoal purple satin and dark metallic purple satin for the SN200, and dark brown sunburst for the Viper 256. So another strong showing from ESP in Phase 2, and all LTD again, so you kind of have to wonder what's going on with E2. If you remember, there weren't any new E2 models released last year at all, so maybe they were also gearing up to move to stainless steel, who knows? And as dope as these signature models are as well, the Cavalera aside, it's not nearly as many as there usually are. They do hint that they've got more on the way, including, quote, a very special anniversary model. Now, we can only make educated guesses at this point. I guess we could make uneducated ones too, but that'd be dumb. But you know what band that uses ESP guitars is celebrating its 40th anniversary in 2021? Metallica. Looking through old signature models as well, and it's a long shot, like stupid long shot, like having to take the Coriolis effect into account. The shot is so long. James Hetfield's first ESP signature, the JH1, was released in 1996. So 2021, that would mark 25 years since its release. There is something about that guitar. I love it. Like, I love all things Metallica, favorite band of all time. And I don't know why I like the JH1 so much. Like, it's got massive amounts of big Chad energy, but something about it is just super cool, especially the one with green flames that he used in the Cunning Stunts video. And only 200 were ever made with red flames, so that would be an amazing reissue if they were to do that, and the green as well, bringing that model to more people if they decide to do that. The reason I think it's a long shot is I don't think James uses the JH1 live or in the studio anymore at all, but we can still dream. Or it might be a Kirk Hammett model since he started using ESP first. Who knows? I don't know how many times they can re-release variants of the Cage too though. Might not even be Metallica, but I'd be willing to put money on it that it is. Metallica model with stainless steel frets, let's go. Maybe a new Neil Westfall model too, seeing as A Day to Remember is due to drop a new album sometime next year, allegedly. I don't know, they've been teasing that album for a while. I mean, the white one's out right now. He's got a dope looking red one that he's playing in the Resentment video, so that would be cool. But yeah, I've got a tough time not getting ahead of myself, especially when it comes to one of my favorite brands like ESP. Phase 2, the Arctic Metal series is dope. The Josh Middleton looks dope. Really, it's the stainless steel aspect that has me absolutely pumped for these models and for whatever else is released in Phase 3. And possibly a Phase 4. I don't know if there will be a Phase 4. Last year they said there was going to be, then there wasn't. But anyways, ramble. This is where I throw it to you. What do you think of the lineup so far, especially now that we've got Phase 2 for more context? What stands out to you the most, and what do you think or hope we'll see in Phase 3? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Before we get into the next question, it's time to pay some bills. Thanks to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video, and I will use that money to buy an actual non-CGI Christmas tree for next episode. I promise. So Ridge is redefining the wallet. The super compact frame has no bulge and is designed to fit into your front pocket. It's RFID blocking to thwart scanners from stealing your card information. The plates are made of highly durable materials. They've got aluminum, they've got titanium, they've got carbon fiber, and there are plenty of various color options to choose from. I've been using a couple right now, the very cool Stonewashed Titanium. It looks so dope. Feels like the covers on the bare knuckles I got. And I've said it before, something I wasn't expecting since I've been using Ridge wallets is really cut down on the amount of clutter that I carry around. No unnecessary loyalty cards, old receipts. It's been strangely freeing and a definite quality of life improvement. So if you want to see why so many people are switching over to Ridge Wallet, head on over to ridge.com/Agufish and use the code Agufish for 10% off your order. Check them out. I think you'll really like them. They help support the channel. I mean, look how small it is. And now let's jump into your next question. What is your favorite Nintendo console? Game Boy Advance, probably. I spent so much time playing Pokemon on those flights from the US to China. I think I actually managed to catch all of them in Sapphire. No life! Listen, those flights are real long, and back in the day, it wasn't like every seat had an individual TV. There was just like whatever movie was playing on the big projector. Those were dark times. Oh wait, if you're talking console, I'm not like a huge Nintendo person. I guess N64 because Ocarina of Time is a masterpiece and I really like the OG Super Smash. Kirby is just so OP, spikes for days. Stupid controller, but yeah, probably N64. What about you guys? Where's BC Rich at? I know you don't like BC Rich, but your reviews of guitars are my favorite. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. For the record, though, I don't dislike BC Rich. I have done one BC Rich video of the Mockingbird Extreme, which I actually liked a lot more than I thought I would. And that's despite it being super massive and pointy. Like, the BC Rich style is just not for me. I'm all Les Paul. More recently, Telecaster 2. Less points the better. But the quality of that Mockingbird was amazing, and a lot of care went into the design. Like, it's very impressive what BC Rich is trying to do in 2020. And also, since we last talked about them earlier in the year, they've been designing new models. On the modern Extreme series side, they've been previewing fan frets, extended range, LED logos. You know, I've said it before, they're not just looking to be a legacy brand, selling the same models to the same existing fans in perpetuity. They're not ignoring them, they do make legacy tribute models, but they're also creating guitars that appeal to the needs of the modern metal players as well. And did you see the recent stream where Herman Lee had the CEO, Bill Xavier, on there? Mad respect, the dude can shred. And behind the scenes, we've been talking about getting a 10-string bitch on the channel for a while, or I guess the Rich B, as it's called now, thanks Guitar Center. It's like a 12-string, but then the low E and A are normal. I don't know, it's either gonna be super weird or super cool, or both. Either way, for years, been curious to at least try one. It's really unfortunate that they relaunched this year, not because guitar sales haven't been good this year, they have. They've been really good, actually. Just getting supply has been very difficult. Quantity and quality have been especially challenging this year because factories have really been affected. But yeah, it's not that I don't want to check out more BC Rich. I would love to check out more of their models. They're just so different from what I normally play. The timing just has to make sense. I'll throw the question to you, though. Do you want to see more BC Rich on the channel? And if so, what models do you find most exciting on the Extreme side or on the Legacy side? Let me know in the comments. With all the project guitars you do on the channel, would you ever consider building a kit guitar? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. And now, of course, it's time to hear from yet another adoring fan. It's the high praise of the week. Hey kid, you're an idiot. Space ... Maybe after collage you will grow a brain. Honestly, you cannot make this shit up. If you are looking for a live example of the Dunning-Kruger effect, I got you. For my music recommendation of the week, it's actually kind of an old one, relatively. Released last year, but it just came up in my Spotify recommendations, Dethrone by Bad Omens. Holy crap. It's not a very technical song. It kind of reminds me of old Slipknot. There are no solos, no leads in the music video. They're just straight up using one string on the guitar and the bass. But the raw aggression, it's written from the perspective of a man who feels betrayed by God and wants to get even. Yeah, it's really intense, really catchy. Check it out. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Ask-A-Fish. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit the like button. Leave your thoughts on anything discussed in the comments. Subscribe, turn on notifications. Social media, merch, and Discord server links are in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.